Welcome to the Nota channel, the comedy review of current affairs, and the circus, that is South African politics. Thanks for watching. In today's video, we will take a look at coalition governments. It may well be our national future after the 2024 elections. But, are they feasible? Can it work? Has it worked in South Africa before? And, what the hell is going on in the country's capital? Who is the mayor? What is a coalition government? A coalition government is a form of government, in which political parties cooperate to form a government. The usual reason for such an arrangement is that no single party has achieved an absolute majority after an election. And that, my friends, are where we are headed in 2024. The ANC's own polling, a couple of weeks ago, puts them at 30%. The DA should get between 25 and 30% support nationally, which means no party will achieve an outright majority. There are many examples of failed coalitions in South Africa. Coalition governments shot to prominence in 2016, when there were 27 hung municipalities and the ANC was dislodged in the cities of Johannesburg, Pretoria and the Nelson Mandela Bay Metro. In 2016, through a coalition with a raft of smaller parties including the EFF, the DA was able to install Herman Mashaba as its mayor in Joburg. That didn't end well, and the Joburg Metro has been in turmoil ever since, as the coalitions keep collapsing. Shockingly, in the same year, the AIC went into a coalition with the ANC in Ekurhuleni and helped the ruling party to retain the Metro. That also ended in a f***up, and the Metro is still ungovernable. The infamous coalition in the Nelson Mandela Bay collapsed with Athol Trollip leaving the DA afterwards. And the list goes on. Successful coalitions in metros and other local municipalities seem to fail constantly. But why is this? Is it because smaller coalition partners want too much from the partnership? This is usually the case. The tail wants to wag the dog, and when they do not get what they want from the deal, they jump to the opposition. And this creates a constant to and fro from one coalition to the other, and the voters and taxpayers are the ones that suffer because no work gets done by the elected officials. And that brings us to the Pretoria Metro and the current situation there. The DA, through a coalition, started governing the Metro in 2016, with this guy as mayor. Solly Msimanga. In 2019, this guy, Stevens Mokalapa, was elected unopposed as mayor, after Msimanga resigned to run as the DA candidate for Premier of the province. Mokalapa resigned in 2020, after some controversy around a recording of him came to light. In March 2020, the ANC-led provincial government placed the Metro under administration and dissolved the council. After months of legal challenges, the Supreme Court of Appeal overturned the provincial government's decision. On the 30th of October, this guy, Randall Williams of the DA, was elected as the new executive mayor. Not to be confused with this guy.
Dans met die rooi rok, die hartlamp van my. Dis die rooi rok, dis die mooi rok, dis die rooi rok wat vaai. David de Lange Circus, hi hi. Dis die rooi rok, dis die mooi rok, dis die rooi rok wat swaai.
Not the same person. In November 2021, Randall Williams was re-elected unopposed as mayor after the 2021 local government elections. The DA-led coalition with its coalition partners put him forward as mayoral candidate. But then, in February 2023, all hell broke loose. Randall Williams has been under fire from partners in the multi-party coalition over an adverse audit opinion from the Auditor General for the 2021-2022 financial year, during which the city racked up 1.2 billion rand in irregular, fruitless or wasteful expenditure. That's right, with a B. A 12 with 8 zeros. Williams, of course, tried to shift the blame to this guy, Umar Banda, the Metro's CFO, for granting illicit tenders for non-existing projects. But Williams was the man in charge. But then, on the 13th of February, Williams resigned and said he had resigned to ensure the stability of the multi-party coalition in the Metro, without which service delivery suffers. Williams added that he did not want the political instability that has taken place in Johannesburg and Ekurhuleni to spill over into the Metro. And then, The ANC, along with an alliance of smaller parties including the EFF, made a bid to take back control of the metro from the DA-led coalition, as they have successfully done in Johannesburg recently. They put forward this guy as mayoral candidate, Dr. Marunwa Makwarela, from Cope, who was the current speaker in the metro. Makwarela is Cope's only council member, as the party could only gather 0.19% of the vote in the 2021 elections. The DA nominated this guy, Silya Brink, and trusted its coalition partners to support and elect him as the city's mayor. They did not, as the coalition crumbled, and on Tuesday the 28th of February, Dr. Makwarela was elected as mayor. Makwarela secured 112 votes and Brink only 101. This came as a big surprise, and the DA accused its coalition partners of treason. But even council members of the DA voted for Makwarela in order to make this happen. But then, the DA conveniently remembered that Dr. Makwarela was sequestrated in 2016. On Tuesday the 7th of March, the city manager, Tshwane Metro, released a statement that said Makwarela had been disqualified as a councillor. Metro said Makwarela was disqualified in terms of a clause in the constitution that prevents people who are unrehabilitated insolvents from holding public office. The IEC ruled that Dr. Makwarela had to furbish proof of his rehabilitation to remain in his position. But then, on the 9th of March, Dr. Makwarela magically furnished a clearance certificate to show that he was no longer under insolvency and had been rehabilitated, effectively reinstating him as the city's executive mayor. Make sense, people. What a circus. The metro is now effectively managed by a council member of a party that could only get 0.19% of the votes in the previous election. Democracy is dead. If you think the ANC and EFF will not get into bed together and form a national coalition after next year's election, think again. The EFF and ANC have struck deals at local government level in KZN, which have helped the ANC retain eThekwini. This move is likely to trigger fresh mayoral elections in 8 hung municipalities in the province, governed thus far by the IFP, with the support of the Red Berets. A similar strategy has been adopted in Ekurhuleni, where Mayor Tanya Campbell of the DA and her team are under pressure to resign again. Julius Malema aspires to become president of South Africa. Make no mistake. The EFF is nothing but a leftist proxy party for the ANC. If the ANC-EFF national coalition comes to fruition, and they can form a majority coalition after the 2024 elections, Malema will become vice president. You don't agree? I leave you with this.
I'm looking at the map of the Union building, what are the exits, the entrances, and all of that, and practicing, because that's where I'm going.
If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. Also, share this video with your friends. It really helps us to research and put more videos together. Thanks for watching.